We are live
Here we go. Yeah.
with the Black Motivation broadcast. We're here with Trumpeter extraordinaire, Jimmy King.
Thank
Thank
you.
you
Thank
so
you.
much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
For sure. You have played with so many amazing talents, so many great people, and you're currently playing with Bruno Mars.
Yes, I
Yeah.
am.
So excited to have you on this episode, to get into a little bit of your story. So let's hop straight into this interview, shall we?
Yes, come on, let's go.
Awesome. So starting out in school, you have
Yes.
been pursuing a career in music since an early age. So how do you think your laser focus has gotten you to where you are today?
I want to say it was laser focus. There were times to where my focus wasn't always there, but I always had a commitment to following my dream. That I feel like that I didn't allow different detours or things that could have like stopped me from pursuing or continuing to really stop me. I feel like that getting to somewhere or being successful in something is just you getting over the hump of getting over the last failure.
Yeah, it's true. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Keep climbing, keep going.
you got to, yeah.
So as I mentioned before, you have throughout your career played for acts, mega
Mhm.
artists like Mary J. Blige, John Legend, David Banner, Danelle Monet. We could go on and on.
Yeah.
Okay? So do you remember the first time you opened for a big act, how you felt right before you went on stage? Can you describe that moment for us?
Um. No, I can't say that I remember the feeling. But there was a group that I was with called Jazz Specs, and we actually opened up for Drake when Drake was
Okay.
like wasn't even where he was. This is before I think he got signed to Young Money and all this other stuff. Like he was doing the US tour.
Right.
And I just remember the whole room was packed. And I was just like, man, who is this dude Drake? Because I was lost in the sauce. I didn't even know. And come to find out, just it was maybe 6 months from there after that show to where he got signed and then the album came out. I was like, oh snap, that's Drake. Oh man, and so it was like one of those aftershocks.
Right.
That I didn't realize in the moment just how big that moment was just for myself and our group at the time. So I would say like that was a memorable moment for me.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, for sure. And I want to thank everyone who's joining us. Hey, Summer Hutchinson, she says, hey, y'all. We got some
Hey, what's up, everybody?
coming to see us. Thank you so much for joining us. We are interviewing Jimmy King, trumpeter extraordinaire for Bruno Mars and others. So we're going to hop into this interview and get straight to the next question. So you were born into a musical family. Your mother was a classically trained singer. So how do you think that had an effect or an impact on your career?
I think that had a major impact. My mom was very intentional about making sure that my brother and I and my sister were always surrounded around music. She has a very healthy respect for it. So she was trained, but she also that was her minor in college. So her major was math. And so she went into being a computer programmer at IBM. So she had a healthy respect for music, but in her mind, she was like, music isn't going to pay the bills and it's not going to put food on the table. so it was a thing to where she really garnered my interest and she really pulled that out of me. And it was really me watching her tenacity in other areas really helped me to see the tenacity I needed in music in order to grow and to be successful. But the moment I called her and told her that I wanted to pursue music as a career, she was like, hold on a second. I appreciate music and I appreciate your love for music, but now you're going a little bit too far. So, but now I'm here.
Right. So your labor, the fruits of her labor, and it all worked out.
Yes,
so,
yes.
That is awesome.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, okay.
Come on now. Yeah.
So who influences you as an artist from either the past or in the present? Who is some of your influences?
So some of my influences, people that are really, really close to me, and is two people in general, not in general, two people
In particular.
in particular. It would be Bruno, obviously, because I'm on tour with him, and I'm able to see the business. I'm able to see like how he puts together the show, like, and especially being on stage and the types of shows that we do, just the interworkings of how it comes together. Like,
Right.
it's one of those things to where it's how you can't learn that in school. And then another person who is a mentor and a big brother would be PJ Morton,
Mm.
who I've had the ability to tour with him, and and see, as far as from where he has came to where he is now, is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
And that I was along the train for a little bit of that journey.
Right. Right.
But to just see that, it's just unbelievable. So that those will be the people that are really close to me. The people that the other influences, I would say, would be Roy Hargrove, a person that I haven't met, but Roy Hargrove really was a influenced me on my sound as far as like a
Okay.
trumpet player. And
Yeah.
so just how his approach to music and everything, just it
Mm.
just spoke to me. And especially when I was trying to, as I was learning my sound and trying to create my sound and what it is that I wanted to, how I wanted to speak through my instrument and speak through
Right.
my voice and all this other stuff. Like I looked at just Roy and how he did it. And
Mm.
so like those would be, it would be those main three that I would look at, that I look at as just like heavy influences just on me in my career.
Awesome. And so let's talk a little bit about your sound real quick, real quick.
Yeah.
How would you describe it? Like if you were to tell somebody this is what my sound is, this is, the essence of me, what would you
Yeah,
say?
so if I can describe it, especially my album that's out right
Yes,
now, the
yes, sir.
A Dream is Tale.
Yes.
Yeah, I would describe it. I would describe it as it's a gumbo, and I really have a healthy respect for all genres, from pop to rock to hip hop to jazz to soul, funk, R&B. All those are a part of me in my journey, and that is my sound. All of those influences are my sound, and it's a healthy respect for all of those genres. And I look at it as an intermingling and a walk through life with all those. So that's how I describe my sound. It's a full gumbo and soup of many different tastes.
So delicious, right?
Yes.
So who are some of your heroes and some of your sheroes?
uh oh yeah, some of my heroes. First, I would say my parents would be
Mm.
my first heroes. I will also add my wife is a hero of mine. I would, one thing I would say, if for everybody out there, if you're married and you're a guy and you experience a woman giving birth, uh, that is one of the most beautiful things that you will ever experience. And from that moment, that's when I realized, I was like, yeah, you're my hero, because I know I ain't doing that.
You're not
Yeah, I'm not. I know I'm not.
yeah.
I'm not. Yeah. Yeah. That was not my ministry.
Yes.
Right. But those will be my heroes. My heroes, man. I'm really when it comes to that, like, obviously we have like great people that do a lot of great things and that are doing a lot of great things as far as in the community. And but I like my mom and my dad gave me such a strong foundation just in life and just the things that they did. Like, my dad he went back to finish college when my brother finished college. Like,
Wow.
and he
Yeah.
didn't even have to. Like, he had a whole career in IBM and retired and went back to finish and get his diploma. And
Right.
right. And I'm like, man, you like 50 something. He's like, nah, this is just something that I want to do. And then my mom changed her career and went back to school and got her master's to be a nurse. Like, after they finished careers, and I'm just, they really showed and empowered me that it's like, whatever it is that you want to accomplish, whatever it is that you put your mind to or you dream of, like, you can do it. And they were my in-house examples of that. And so it's like that's why I say like they're my heroes, because I'm like I I wouldn't even fathom that. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know. Going back
Right.
at that age, or even after you've had a full life, a full career already.
Right.
Yeah. So exciting. And so, what are some lessons, speaking of mentors, what are some lessons, that you've learned from some of your mentors, like the PJ Mortons, the Bruno Mars, that you'd like to share with us?
I would say some of the lessons that I've learned are a big lesson is to always stay grounded. From both of them, it's no matter like what is going on, because you can have just if with the music business, there's a lot of highs that come with it, and there's also a lot of lows, and you can get caught up on a seesaw. And with that, I learned it's like, what you do can't become who you are, because
Right.
if you allow that to become who you are, it's like you get lost and you just don't know who you are. And because it's like it could be what you do can be ripped from you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so my they really taught me, it's like, it's fun to enjoy the moment and to realize the beauty of the moment, but don't allow that moment to succumb you so much or to overwhelm you so much to where you now have this ego that supersedes everything, and now your ego gets transferred to your family and your friends and things like that, to which it becomes negative. And that's not how we're supposed to be, because we're all human. You know what I mean? And we should have the ability to respect everybody's humanity. That's my biggest thing. And so in order to do that, you got to be grounded. You have to stay humble, and there has to be a clear conscience of like, hey, this is not who I am. Like this is I just, God gave me an ability to do things. Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing that from both of them that I learned.
So what about, coming from your perspective, speaking to younger artists, younger musicians who are coming up behind you, what would you like to share with them listening into you today, or when they're listening to the broadcast?
If listen to the broadcast, I would say, man, the one thing I would say is that don't stop yourself because of age, or don't stop yourself because someone may not like your particular sound. I think the one thing that we all have to realize is that we're always working on ourselves. So is continue to pull out and be the best you. That would be my biggest gift to them, is like, if you're a singer, it's not a bad thing to get voice lessons. You know what I mean? It's like it's not. It's like you will learn more about your voice. If you're instrumentalist, if you're instrumentalist, it's not a bad thing to get lessons on your craft, like, or to learn more about your craft. Like we are constantly learning. We should be constantly educating ourselves on that. And then not only educate yourself on your craft, educate yourself on what's going on around you, because you don't want to necessarily be in a bubble. And I like the biggest thing on top of focusing on your craft is to really read books. Like, I know people don't read books. Like, people don't read books anymore. I don't know why. Yeah, I really don't. But I feel like you can read, and I'm talking about from fiction to nonfiction, and even like go to the library, get a library card, and just check out a book, and just start reading. It will change. You will see different things in your mind, like your whole entire mind and scope of life will change, because it really develops your whole entire imagination. So it's like, and I feel like we've lost that because we were so on our phones and typing, and we get in the news and we're reading on our phones, that it's like, hey, get off the screen and actually pick up that book and read.
For sure. So let's hop into fun question. Let's talk about a dreamer's tale. Because we have a question from the audience.
Okay.
They want to know, what is your favorite song on your new album and why? Let's get into it.
Oh man.
Think about the question.
I would say my favorite song is "Make Believe."
Okay.
Uh, I would say my favorite song is "Make Believe," just because I it kind of it was a part of the quest of really like fighting the fact of being in your reality and an abnormal reality, and trying to and trying to come together between the two, and then you're fighting between like faith and not having faith. and
You
and
know,
so it's
we're
this
all there sometimes. For
it's this whole like wave. And so make
Mhm.
believe, and just I feel like make believe just feels really good. I
Right.
mean, yeah. So
You
that
know?
would be, yeah.
Summer says so true about what you're talking about reading and books. Reading is fundamental, y'all. Okay, get
Yes.
into some books. Okay, get to reading. Let's hop, back into our questions. So, tell us a little bit about jazz albums. Like you're really into jazz as well as other genres, right? So, what do you
Yeah.
consider jazz album standards to you?
Um. So everybody will answer this question differently.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me,
Okay.
from my opinion, for me,
Yeah.
the three albums that really stick out to me would be Miles Davis's "Kind of Blue."
Okay.
Um. Yep. Then it would be Roy Hargrove's "Tenors of Our Time."
Mm.
And then it would be Roy Hargrove's "RH Factor." So those would be the three standards for me that
Mhm.
I can always go and listen to and just get lost in the music,
Yes.
and just enjoy the journey that it takes. Like it just
Mhm.
takes you on. Yeah.
That's when music transports us to another time, to another place, no matter what's going on. You know what I mean? Music will
Right.
take us where we need to go. When we need to feel what we need to feel, music will bring us to that place.
Right. Right.
Music definitely does as well. I just want to compliment you on that, for
Thank
sure,
you.
for sure. And
Thank
so,
you. That's
let's get into some fun questions. What are some of your favorite Black films?
Oh yeah. So my favorite black film of all time,
Yes.
is Harlem Nights.
Harlem Nights. Yes, I love that
Harlem
movie.
Nights. I watched that movie in college every single night. So
Really?
much so that I had to get a whole new DVD. Yes. Yeah. Harlem Nights, hands down. Shoot. I beyond Harlem Nights, man, I would say I'm an Eddie Murphy fan.
Okay.
So I would say Nutty Professor.
I knew you could say that. Nutty Professor.
Yeah,
Mm.
Nutty Professor. And then, you know, I don't know if you would count it as a black film.
Okay.
I would say Beverly Hills Cop. I don't know if it's counted as. Now, I'm not. I love Coming to America. I do,
Yes.
and
Are
I
you
know
excited
it's.
about the new one?
Huh?
Are you excited about the new one?
Oh yeah, I am, and I'm gonna go watch it.
There you
But I
go.
wouldn't. I mean, it's definitely top 10. It's
Okay.
definitely in my top 10. You know what I mean? Now, I now I love Poetic Justice,
Mm-hmm.
and um oh well, Don't Be a Menace. And that's it. That's it. Yeah, that's
We don't got no
I think I gave
midnight
you 5,
holiday, no
maybe
love
6.
and basketball. No, no.
I mean, see, that's when
That's
you
more the women films, like more
that's when you like Love Jones, Love and Basketball. That's when you with you. I'm not gonna sit down and watch that by myself.
true. I
Like
will give
me
you
personally, I'm not. Like I know there's some people that will. I
that.
wouldn't be mad if I walked in and the movie was on. Like I would watch it, but that ain't gonna be like, yo, this is a Love Jones night. I'm about to slip this joint on and kick back and watch it. Like nah, that ain't for me.
Oh, well, this for everybody. That is not for you.
Right.
So, who is on your playlist right now? Who are you listening to right now? On your playlist
Um.
car, or on your, who are you listening to?
So right now I'm listening to myself.
Okay.
And I'm listening to my bandmate Cameron Whalum, who
Okay.
also just dropped a EP.
Mm.
And I'm also listening to Anderson .Paak.
Okay.
Um,
Uh-huh.
Big Sean.
Okay.
And I'm also listening to. I'm just in this old school hip hop phase. So I've been listening to like some Snoop, LL,
Yes.
Outkast, and yeah, and Biggie.
Outkast song?
My favorite. Oh man. Ah.
Or top two, even.
Top two. You can't even give me top two. Sporty really is probably be number one.
Okay.
Sporty would be number one for me. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. That was not hard, was it?
No, I mean, I'm kind of. Because they got errors. They got different errors that you can pull from different stuff, and it's just like you could put on something, you'd be like, dang, I forgot about that one. Yeah. Right. So
you can go back and listen to it later, and you know, drop it in the comments if you change your mind.
Oh yeah, I will.
So awesome. So unfortunately, though, we have reached the end of this week's episode of the Black Motivation Broadcast. I want to thank you so much for this awesome interview. This has been super fun, super informative. You know what I mean? We just had a blast today.
Oh yeah, I had fun, and I thank you for having me. This was a great time. This was definitely a great time.
For sure. Thank you. I want to thank everyone for joining us. Whether you're watching the replay or watching us live, you know what I mean? You can always drop comments, drop questions in the comment box, and we will get back to you. We will thank you, love you, and like you. So one of our last questions is, what words of motivation would you like to leave our audience with on this week's episode?
I would like to leave you with this. Doubt has killed more dreams than fear ever will. And so do not doubt yourself. Always believe in you. Always trust in what God has given you, and always press forward.
So awesome. So tell us where we can follow, and support you on social media and the web, and where can we find that album, A Dreamer's Tale?
Okay, so the album, A Dreamer's Tale, is on all digital platforms. Whether you listen to Spotify, whether you listen to Apple, I don't know what you're listening to, but it's on everything. If you want to purchase it, it's also available for purchase on iTunes and all that other good stuff, and Amazon Music, all that good stuff. So you can find me and follow me on IG and Twitter at ITSJIMMYKING. It's Jimmy King. Again, at ITSJIMMYKING. And then at Facebook, you could join my fan page at Jimmy King fan page.
All right, y'all heard it here.
Yep.
Like, subscribe, purchase, all of that.
All of that.
Stay tuned and stay in tune with Mr. Jimmy King.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you so much for joining us. This has been an awesome episode. We are out, y'all. Thank you.
Peace.